Good morning. I would like to start this morning with a scripture. I'm going to be coming from Psalms 121. This is the Amplified Version, and it reads, I will lift up my eyes to the hills of Jerusalem. From where shall my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who have made heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to slip. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber briefly nor sleep soundly. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand. The sun will not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will protect you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will guard your going out and your coming in everything that you do, from this time forth and forever. And that is just such wonderful news that our God is such a loving God and such a caring God that He will protect us. He will guard us. And so as we start our day off, knowing that our God is watching over us and protecting us and keeping us safe from all hurt, harm, and danger is such a blessing. And not only that, I know where my help comes from. It comes from the Lord. So in times when I feel like I can't do it or I'm not able to, I don't have to worry about it because the Lord, the one who never sleeps, who never slumbers, He fights my battles for me. He will keep my life. He's going to guard me as I come in and as I go out. And that again is just such awesome news. I love the Lord on today, and I thank Him for this amazing opportunity. Thank you for sharing it with me. Everyone, so it is the middle of the day for me here at work. I am on my planning period, and so I figured I'd hop on just to give you an update and let you know what's happening so far and what the plan will be for today. I wanted to talk about our homeschool schedule and what that looks like for our family. Again, I am responsible for reading and math. My husband does social studies and science for me, as well as life skills, which is majority of what they do while I am at work. So today, after I get out from work, I have after school, so I'm not looking to get home until about 4:45. I should be leaving here about 4:30ish, and I should get home about 4:45. I'll take the 15 minutes before 5 to get myself something to eat, to prepare, to make sure I have everything set up for them to get ready with their work. So at 5 o'clock or around 5 o'clock-ish, that it will be the time that we get started with our lesson. We're going to do a math lesson today. And so you'll see both of the boys in the video today for a math lesson. I do not like to do their reading lessons together side by side. It's just easier for me to focus on reading one child at a time. But for math, we can do math side by side today. So you'll get a chance to see what that looks like. I also wanted to say our homeschool schedule is different, but it just works for us. So you do what works best for your family. We do homeschool year round, and we do take breaks often. I like to think that we try to follow that schedule of 6 weeks on, 1 week off. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we do also homeschool during the weekend as well because that works for us. I do devote about an hour each day when I get off from work to address their work, and then on Saturdays we take care of a lot of things, rarely on Sunday though, but Saturdays for sure. And so it's just what works for us. And then I also wanted to say that for any parent who is watching this video and you are thinking about homeschooling your students, your children, and you are considering maybe pulling them out of public school and homeschooling them, I would highly suggest that you look up the term unschooling and do some research on that. I think it'll be beneficial for you, and I do advise you to consider doing that before hopping straight in, because school is not, when we're home and we're doing homeschooling, it's not intended to mimic public school or private school or any type of formal schooling. So it's not supposed to look the same. And I even have to remind myself that sometimes as well, because I'm coming from being in this classroom setting and then coming home to just be reminded, my kids don't have to sit still. They don't have to sit at a desk. We don't have to sit in a specific spot in the house to get work done. We do have a specific homeschool room, but we don't have to use it, and we've not always used it. We can homeschool in the living room. They can homeschool in their bedrooms, on their bed, whatever is comfortable for them, as long as they're getting their work done. And so I would highly suggest looking into what unschooling is and making sure you take time to do that. I think it would be beneficial, because there should be a difference between homeschooling and school, or even school at home. So I just wanted to share that piece of information. I hope that was helpful. Going back to our schedule though, so we use Saturdays a lot to homeschool, and then I devote the 1 hour in the evening for reading and math. And again, my husband is doing science and social studies with them during the day, along with their life skill lessons. So that is what works for us. We do travel often as well. We actually have a trip coming up here in March. We'll be going out of the country. But other than that, like other trips as well, like locally here in the States, we'll take work with us as well. I also want to mention that there was a time when there was no schooling happening at all. And that is because I mentioned in a previous video how I used to be a stay-at-home mom, and I was homeschooling them. And then my husband got hurt at work. And so we took time off to deal with that situation that happened, which is life. Things happen. So during that time where I wasn't physically sitting down with them, giving them lessons one-on-one, we relied on things such as ABC Mouse, the learning videos on YouTube. You have to be careful, but there are some good ones on there. We did Reading Eggs. We did Starfall, Teach Monster to Read. All of those worked great for us. Hooked on Phonics, all of that, we relied on that stuff. The number blocks, so we used a lot of that, and that helped fill in some of the gaps to make sure they were at least learning something every day. And so because we homeschool throughout the summer and throughout the year, we don't take any breaks. I'm not worried about where they are right now, because I know that the end goal is they'll reach their end goal. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm not trying to keep up with the pacing schedule of the public school. I am doing what I know that they need. I'm giving them what they need, and we progress when they're ready. So we don't spend forever in a day on a topic. Once they've mastered it, then we automatically go on to the next thing that they need to learn. So again, you'll be following us today as we continue on with our math lesson. You'll see what that looks like. You'll see what curriculum we are using for math, because we've gone through a couple and trying to find one that works best for us. I'm not big on continuing with something if it does not work. So I'll share all of that this evening when we get started on our math lesson. And I hope you'll stick around and follow us as we go over that this evening. So I am leaving school. The time is now 4:39. We had a few kids that are left behind whose parents have not picked them up yet for after school. But out of the 6 of us that stays, 1 person volunteered to stay behind and wait on that parent. So the rest of us got a chance to get in our cars and go. Today has been a full day, plenty of meetings after school. Had a couple of parent-teacher conferences as well. And so on a day like today, where it's been a full day and I'm tired and exhausted mentally, but I still have to go home and homeschool my children. It's just one of those days where I just kind of have to push through. And so we won't do much today. Again, I'm going to take you all along with us as we do a math lesson. They are doing reading. I do reading and math every day with them. But I've been showing reading lately, so I'm going to show what the math lesson would look like. And that would be with me homeschooling both of them at the same time. I don't like to do their reading together. So I'm a few minutes from home, and of course when I get in, I'm going to unwind and try to relax just for a few minutes. I'm going to grab something to eat, and then I'm going to prepare their work, their lesson that they have for today, and then I'll bring you guys back with us to let you come along with us as we go through a math lesson. So next time I'll see you will be at the table, or unless we decide to do math in the living room today. Okay? All right, so the time is now 4:45 and I just made it home, and I have someone here to greet me as I get out the car. So I gave my husband a call to let him know that I was on the way home, and he said today, since the weather is decent, they're actually going to wash the car.
Your car?
Yep, you're washing my car. And so that'll give me an extra few minutes to relax and unwind and get it together, because I'm pretty sure the boys are going to help wash the car. And so while they're washing my car, then I'll just look over some of the things that I need to get done today as far as my personal homeschool goes today and all of that stuff. We'll see what time we get started with their lesson for the day. So I will bring you guys back with us to see what we have going on.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, so while they're finishing up washing my car, I wanted to hop on and do a quick video on the lesson that we're going over today and why it may seem as if we are behind. So I've made myself a cup of coffee. That is my second cup for the day. Math, we are doing a mixture of master books. We're in master book right now, but we are moving through this very quickly. So and I also started Right Start Math. I'm still figuring that one out to see if it's going to be a good fit for us, but today we're going to move through Right Start Math. Now, what you'll notice is I have a kindergarten book and I have a first grade book. And both of the boys are 7 and 9, which will be considered first grade and third grade. As I mentioned earlier in the video, that there was a time frame when my husband was out of work recently, and there wasn't school happening like it should have happened. And so all we're doing now is just covering the bases. I am starting on this level for both of them, and we're moving through, because we know math is one of those things where it builds upon one another. And so we're able to quickly move through these books. So in another month or two, we will be done with these levels. And at that point, I will decide if we're going to continue with master books or we're going to try something else. Or if I go do Right Start, because I paid a lot of money for that Right Start kit. And I bought the whole complete manipulative set that came along with it. So, and if not, I'm pretty sure I could resell that, because the reviews on it were great. So I'm not giving up on Right Start Math yet. So I'll look at that when the time comes. So for today, for and what I have here are just some manipulative blocks to count if they need them. They don't normally need them, but if they need them. Real quick, while I'm looking at it, we do use master books for social studies as well as for science as well. So we're working through these as well too. My husband, again, does the social studies and science. I also want to mention that it just works for us because my husband is a chef and he does catering as well. I don't have to worry about dinner in the evening, so he normally takes care of dinner. So I love the partnership that we have where we work together. On the weekends, I may cook, but during the week, I'm so grateful and thankful for him for cooking. On Sunday, sometimes we eat out, so I like to think of it as giving him a break. But he does enjoy cooking, and we do enjoy his food, so we enjoy eating it. So it just, again, works out for us. So the 9-year-old, this is stuff that I know he can do, but again, it's just making sure the foundation is laid. So this is basic, simple addition. So when we move through this book, I know that we can move to the next level for him. So I don't have to really explain much for him on his lesson today. He's going to be, I'm making sure that he understands what the addition symbol is, what the equation symbol is. 1 + 2 is 3. I know he knows that. And it's also good practice for handwriting as well. So making sure those numbers are formed correctly. And then he's going to be counting, writing the numbers, and so making the whole equation here. So this first one, he'll write 3. There's the plus 2, and he needs to write 5. And then we do count 1 through 100 every day as well to make sure they are remembering the numbers. And so this is copy work. And so this is copying the numbers 30 through 39. So that is what his math lesson today looks like. And then we're going to go on over to the next page, and it's the same thing pretty much. Adding, he gets to draw different shapes here. So he'll draw 2 of something plus 5 of something. You know, that's 7. And he's going to do his copy work for the numbers 40 through 49. And we'll continue with this until he wants to stop. But as long as I get through the whole lesson of this, I am satisfied. And that's it after we get to the next page. And then we move on to the next day. So I am satisfied with that because, again, I know that we're not going to be spending forever in a day in this lesson. So that's what he's going to be doing. The 7-year-old, again, most of this stuff he knows too. Master books is very gentle. So the way the curriculum is set, it involves a story, and it brings in a teaching with it as well. Talks about I'm pretty sure I thought it talked about God in the beginning, but the example, the work that the 7-year-old is going to do today is sequencing. So there's a picture of a chicken, an egg, and a baby chick. And so just understanding which one comes first. Again, which one comes first, the order in which they go, which one comes first. All good stuff that is needed to know. And again, he's going to move through this pretty quickly. Now, this is the part where I am double checking to make sure the foundation for him is straight. So it's missing a number here. So we have 2 blank 4. He needs to know that the number 3 goes here. And once I can gauge that he's remembering these numbers and knows how to put them in order, again, we're going to move through this very quickly. So that's what the 7-year-old is going to work on today. The 9-year-old is going to work on that. We're probably going to do this lesson in the living room because they don't have to sit at the desk to do this. And again, they can work. It doesn't take me doing much explaining because this is just me making sure that the foundation is laid and they understand and they can recognize numbers. And then we'll move from there. And so if you continue along with us on our journey, you'll be able to see what curriculum we choose to use next, to see how fast we're able to get through what we're using right now. And we'll see what happens as far as what we're going to choose. I'm going to look back at Right Start Math because the reviews on it were great. And I know that one of them for sure is more of a hands-on learner, which is what Right Start Math offers, which is what drew me to it in the first place. I was drawn to Master Books because of the Christian aspect of it. But again, this is a very gentle program. I have supplemented with it before because I didn't feel like it gives enough. But for where we are right now, foundation wise, it is what I need. And then once we are done with this book, we're about halfway done on both of these, and we'll see how it goes from there. So I'm coming. Yep. Let me make sure you find the page you're on. Right here. All right, so as it says, this is if you need to use them. Are you paying attention? Yes. All right, so all we're doing is addition and subtraction. This means what? Plus. And that means? And. That's and, but this says equal, okay? So 2 plus 2 equals 4. So go ahead and copy that. You're going to put a 2. I know. 2 plus 2 equals 4. You're going to do these.
Do I have to write this part too?
Yeah. Then you're going to do this page. So you have to put in, how many is that?
3.
So you need to write 3 here. And how many is that?
2.
So 3 plus 2 equals?
5.
All right, perfect. This is just copy work. Make sure you trace the 3 the correct way. And then once you get here and finish these 2 pages, if you want to stop, that's fine. Again, I need you to read this book, and then I'll let you know if you're done for the day. Okay? If you need help, just let me know. Go ahead and get started. So you're starting here.
Video starting?
Yes, Cameron. All right. So.
Actually, do this.
That's all right. So we're talking about sequence, meaning what comes first. Let me give you your pencil. Put it in your finger right. Yeah. All right, so when we look at this, we have, what is this?
And mama's chicken, and an egg, and a baby ship.
Which one do you think comes first?
First?
Nope, you gotta start with the egg first.
Oh, yeah.
So I want you.
Now we do it.
Sure.
First the egg. So the straw egg.
So you're gonna draw the egg here, and then what comes after the egg? Hold on. What comes after the egg?
A baby chicken.
Baby chicken. You're gonna draw here, and then what goes there?
Mama's chicken.
Okay.
Wait, so the egg's like this. And then I'll write a baby chicken.
Okay.
It's gonna be pretty hard. But it's okay.
It is.
It's one my best.
That's fine. That's all that matters.
Mama's chicken almost perfect. I mean, that kind of look like that. Yeah, I did. Look how perfect I did like this. Hey, look like a baby. Look like a chicken.
It does. All right. So.
Should we waste this? Look like
It looks good. So you're going to number these in the order that they go. What happens first? First, second, and third. So you start out with the whole apple. Which one is the whole apple? So you need to put a 1 there.
So first,
no, we're going to do this page first. So you got the whole apple, and then after you take a bite,
sorry, my best has a 2.
okay.
I know it's going this way, but
no, you did eat the whole apple.
Why did I go free?
If you made it to the end of this video, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with us today and for watching us as we go through a math lesson. If you're interested, our next video, we're going to be going over all about reading. I'm going to show you what a lesson looks like, the material that is needed, and how we do all about reading. So if that sounds like something you are interested in watching, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Like, share this video with whomever you think it may be helpful to. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. As always, take care and God bless, because He loves you best.